So good evening, YouTube. Thank you for all the kind comments as well. I did just read through all of them. Thank you very much for all the love you show me. It's mad. I do appreciate it always. So yeah, we're going to talk about Unai Emery. Why not? There's a report going around that the hierarchy at Arsenal have given him 1 month to save his job. Well, listen, if you give somebody enough rope, ultimately they end up hanging themselves, don't they? So I think it's a stupid move. I think he should be sacked already. I've said that. I said that after the Palace game. And Shelton, I am still mates with Chig. I spoke to him about 20 minutes ago. We just haven't done a stream together because it's international break. But we will get something sorted. I'll message him afterwards, yeah? Just for you, bruv. But yeah, listen, Unai Emery should have been sacked after the Palace game, or after the Leicester game, should I say. It's not good enough what's happened. And if you go back to the last 8 games of last season, and then the first 12 of this season, I think we've actually won 5 games in the league out of 20. That's relegation form, and that ain't good enough for Arsenal Football Club. And the fact that they haven't sacked him is a disgrace, in my opinion. They're giving him a month to save his job. Okay, cool. I understand that. That's fine. But we've got Southampton at home, we've got Frankfurt, and then we've got Norwich away. Norwich are bottom of the table right now. They beat Man City, so we can't go into that game full of confidence. Firstly, it's an away game, and secondly, they beat Man City. Thirdly, we can't defend, so they will score. Same as Southampton. Last few times we played Southampton, albeit at their ground, it's 7 wins out of 20. Thank you, Ilias. Even so, it's still not good enough. We should be up there on about 13, 14. And let me just say this as well. Now you've brought up and put the exact amount in there. We could have lost every single one of them games. Literally every single one of them games we could have lost, all 20 of them. That's not good enough. Now, you know, there's reports going around that they're going to give him the month. They're going to say, look, you've got a month to save your job up till Christmas, etc., etc. Why not do it now? Why not get rid of him now? Why not get rid of him after the Leicester game? Yeah, get the new manager in, and then he's got 2 weeks. A lot of our players ain't on international duty. Lacazette's not on international duty. I know Aubameyang went back to Gabon and done a couple of games out there. Xhaka don't even want to be here, so he's irrelevant anyway. You know, but we've got a lot of that squad that have not been called up to international duty that are still training every single day, and the new manager could work with them. The new manager could get them drilled, and the ones that are on international duty, he's going to have a few days to get them prepped, get them bedded in. But instead, the club have took the easy way out and gone, here you go, have another month. By which time we'll be about 30 points behind Liverpool, which is a disgrace. We're already 9 points off the top 4, which right now, I'm sorry, after 12 games to be 9 points off the top 4, that should be a sackable offence on its own. And, you know, then I'm going to read this out. Let me read this out to you rather than me waffling, right? Long-serving members of staff have been shocked at what's happening to the club. To say it was a shock to see so many good people leave suddenly is an understatement, a source said. They haven't named who that source is. They then continue on and say Steve Morrow in particular is a huge loss. I remember Steve Morrow breaking his arm when Tony Adams dropped him when he scored the goal against Sheffield Wednesday in '93. That's how old I am. Yeah, I remember that. I'll never forget that goal, by the way. He is someone who is respected throughout football and is seen as having potential to be a director of football. Now, it doesn't say who that source is that said that. But a lot of people in the club apparently are upset the amount of staff that have been let go. Well, let me just say this, right? This ain't a comfortable, cushy little number where it's jobs for the boys, yeah? So if you're getting potted, you're getting potted. It's as simple as that, yeah? So you can all come out with your little statements, fine. Yeah, we need to start moving like a big club. And the clear out that we had was the start of that. Because a lot of them people had them jobs just because they were friends with Gazidis, friends with Wenger, friends with Steve Bold. Yeah, and I rate them for getting rid of so many of these people because they weren't good enough. We stagnated for over a decade. In fact, it's 15 years. Since we've moved to that Emirates, we've pretty much been useless. Yeah, the 3 FA Cups have been great. Cool, I get that. I've enjoyed that. And we've played good football at times. But I've said this a million times before. I don't care if we play boring 1-0 to the Arsenal football. It should be winning football. Winning is not boring. You know, so if you're parking the bus and you're being boring every week, how's that boring? Because you're winning the match. And if you end up winning a trophy at the end of that, that's never boring, is it? So I just think that a lot of these players, a lot of these people that are coming out with these statements are just a little bit hurt because they haven't got their job anymore, or one of their best friends hasn't got a job at the club anymore, and it ain't jobs for the boys. I did a video the other day about David O'Leary. That guy should be on the board. Yeah, that's not jobs for the boys. That guy is Mr. Arsenal. Him and Tony Adams are Mr. Arsenal. And Steve Morrow, yeah, I like Steve Morrow. I think he'd done a good job for Arsenal. I think that he scored an infamous goal for us. He broke his arm in the result, like I said, when we done the cup double that season. But what makes him director of football? What? Because he's got contacts. Yeah. What are we? Are we Bolton? Are we Bolton? We're Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal Football Club should be challenging for titles. It's as simple as that. And at the moment, we're not. And at the moment, we've got these people, these sources at the club coming out crying because their friends have been sacked. We're a mess. The hierarchy that are now in there, I kind of see what they were trying to do when they got rid of all of these staff, all the backroom staff, and all that sort of stuff, the coaching staff, etc., etc. They've then recruited a manager that I backed, a manager that I said, yeah, do you know what? I'm going to give him a few seasons. Let me see how he gets on. Last season, we capitulated towards the end, and I thought, okay, well, we're in the Europa League final. Fine, I'll allow that. And we got absolutely hammered, pants down, penetrated, have some of that. Yeah, thank you very much, by Chelsea, which makes it even worse that it was Chelsea. And we've gone into this season, we've done £140 million on players. And I thought, okay, cool. We'll dust ourselves off. We'll go again. We've signed players. It probably weren't the players that we needed. We didn't need Pepe. Yes, we needed a winger, but we didn't need to spend £72 million on Pepe. We needed a centre-back more than Pepe. You know, that's a fact. And we are now actually worse than we were last season. And since that slump, that 8 games of last season, we ain't recovered. We have just got worse and worse, right? And like I said, we could have lost every single one of them 20 games. Literally every single one of them 20 games we could have and should have lost. Excuse me. But yeah, they've given him a month. I don't think that's the right move, but I'm not getting paid millions and millions of pounds to make that move. I can just vent my anger, my opinion, whatever you want to call it. People that say you're negative, you're profiting off negativity, whatever. It's my opinion. Yeah. And I'm entitled to my opinion, the same as all you guys in the comment section. Yeah, you're all putting them in. I'm going to read some of them out shortly. But the way I see it is they should have and could have sacked him after Leicester. And we'd be going into the Southampton at home game with a newfound positivity, a newfound, outlook. And we'd be sitting there thinking, do you know what? The club have made a massive decision after 12 games of the season to pot a manager. Yeah, which is not Arsenal-like. Arsenal have never really been that sort of club. But football's changed. Unai Emery can't communicate with the players properly because his English isn't fantastic. And that's not trying to mug him off because my Spanish ain't great. But at the same time, I can barely understand some of the stuff he says. And I'm sure the players are going to sit there and think, what's he talking about? He's fell out with Mesut Ozil. Whether I agree with that or not's irrelevant. He's still falling out with the top earner at the club. And the top followed person in terms of social media, one that's idolized by a lot of this fan base, he's fell out with him, very similar to how he did with Neymar. And his starting 11 changes every single week. He doesn't know his best 11. His defense is just a joke. His midfield is a joke. And we're playing Aubameyang and Lacazette as wingers with Mesut Ozil as a false 9 up at Leicester. And then he decides to bring Pepe on when we go 2-0 down. Well, where was that a 1-0? Where was that a 0-0? Where was that at half-time? You know, what's happened to him? Yeah, and I think it's just an absolute joke how we're being run right now. And it is making me start to doubt Raul because he's treated Torreira like a disgrace as well. Well, there you go. Matt says it as well. Listen, I don't rate Torreira as highly as a lot of Arsenal fans, but at the same time, he is being played out of position. And his agent came out the other day. I've done a video on it. His agent came out the other day and said that he was happy, but now he's not happy. He's being played out of position. You know, why is he doing that? You know, and somebody, and I thought Raul was that guy, has to go, let's make a big decision right now for the benefit of this club going forward. And they haven't done it. They've just gone, we'll give him a month. We'll give him a month. by which time we'll be 30 points behind Liverpool. We'll probably be about 15 points off a top 4. The new manager then have no chance of getting top 4, whereas 9 points, you can claw that back. You beat Leicester at home, you're 6 points behind them. Yeah. Then over the course of the rest of the season, the next 26 games or whatever it is, 25 games, you can make up 6 points. 15 points, that's nigh on impossible. You ain't making 15 points up. So, listen, I'm not saying that Raul is a fraud or anything. Yeah, I know Ayu was saying that. But at the same time, he's not made the big decision. And I said this, I'll say it again. When he done that interview before the Europa League final, Raul, him and Vinay, they sat there and said the objective was to get Champions League football. Emery didn't get that, so why didn't they sack him? That's what a big club does. They go, you didn't meet the requirements. Bye-bye, pack your bags, adios amigos. Didn't do it. So I am genuinely starting to doubt whether this Raul guy is actually all that. But there we go. Listen, I've been rambling for 10 minutes. Nearly 450 people watching live. Do drive the likes up. Only 43 have done that so far, so get that through 100 as quick as we can. And let's read some of these comments out for 10 minutes or so. Chelsea and Leicester's starting 11 is better than ours. Exactly. I've said this for a long time. I get laughed at when I say Chelsea's starting 11 is better than ours. It's miles better. And they've got a better manager. We should have got Upamecano, Vincinius and Zachariah in the summer, says Dylan. Yeah. Well, listen, we should have actually gone and got a centre back for now. Not, oh, here's £30 million, but we'll loan him back to you. What's that all about? Seriously. Then you buy Tierney and you sit him on the bench. Why? He's the best left back we've got. He's the only one who can defend. He's the only one who can cross a ball, and we're sitting him on the bench. We are miles off Leicester and Chelsea, says New York Gooner. Exactly, we are. Listen, how many of our players were getting Leicester starting 11? If you can name 3, then you're deluded. Europa League is our only hope, says Lack of Blood, Clark Zet. Listen, we ain't winning Europa League as much as I'd love us to. It's a European trophy. It's a trophy, full stop. I'd love us to win the Europa League. We ain't winning that. We can't defend. We should give the job to Freddie and then get Ancelotti in the summer along with Koulibaly and Allen, says Miguel. Well, listen, I wanted Ancelotti. People who've watched this channel for a long time knew that was my first choice. Thank you, Liverpool. Never walk alone. Loving me off as always. Thank you. Appreciate it. Love you too. Torreira is going to end up like another Francis Coquelin. Big up Mike Dean. Coming straight in with that red card. Conte's English is the same as Emery's, but they won the league. Well, I actually think Conte's got better English. He also had better players, and he's a better manager. Emery ain't got a clue what he's doing. Tuchel maybe, says Denise. I don't rate him. I don't rate him one bit. Lacazette would make Leicester's starting 11, says Rebecca. Listen, nobody's getting into Leicester's starting 11. Wind your neck in. Laka has been shocking this season. Napoli are in a bit of a mess at the moment. Big up, Elliot. Hope you're good, bruv. Listen, Napoli, this ain't even funny either, right? Napoli's players, or some of their players, their wives and families have had to flee their houses because the ultras are trying to get in their house and try and smash them up and do whatever they're doing to them because they're doing so crap this season. But our fan base think it's embarrassing that I sit on this channel or people go on a.f.c. and have a meltdown after the game. Yeah, imagine a load of hooligans turning up at your house trying to kidnap you and your wife and you're a player. Come on. But it's all your fault they're leaving. Thank you, Maureen. I hope you're good, darling. I do appreciate that. I hope you and your son are well. Drown your worries, Lee. I am actually having an Estrella. I had one left in the fridge. I thought, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to have a nice Sunday little nightcap. So thank you for that, babe. Appreciate it. Let me read that out. Gunner Mick, big up Gunner Mick. Thank you for your donation. I think that's Australia as well. So big up yourself, bruv. Lee, do you think our issues go as deep as our training coaches? Perhaps an overhaul of backroom staff as well. Emery has to go. Do you know what I think the biggest problem is? Is the fact that he doesn't have that aura. And listen, people know I didn't rate Wenger, but he had that aura about him as, wow, it's Arsene Wenger. Because of what he had done and how long he'd been in the job, people were like, wow, I'm training under Wenger. Emery ain't got that. There's only a certain few managers on this planet that have got that. One of them is available and is working at Sky Sports, and his name's Jose Mourinho. That's who we need to go and get. But I think that we've stopped pressing, which is something that we were doing from the outset. That just fizzled out by Christmas last year. And like I said, I keep bringing up this goal as well. When Zaha got the penalty against us in the 2-2 at home, go and watch that goal again. Genuinely, go back and watch it. They're passing it out from the back, and our two strikers that cost 140 million or 130 million, whatever it cost, our two strikers are standing there looking at each other, not pressing. They then ping a ball 60 yards to Zaha. He wins a penalty 5 seconds later. Why aren't our strikers pressing? Why aren't they doing that? And guess what? They'll not be dropped because Emery ain't got the balls to drop them. Is he telling them not to press? If he is, he should be sacked anyway, because that's the way you've got to play football now. You have to press. If Liverpool and Man City can press for 90 minutes, why can't we? I don't get it. I genuinely do not get it. Thank you, Jack Malloy, for your donation as well, buddy. Appreciate that. My head's very good now. My migraine's gone, which is why I thought I'll get on the Estrella. I've had a little bit of paella today as well. So, yeah, I feel like Danny Ceballos right now. Although, let's not get onto him because I could probably play better than him right now as well. Arsenal fan says Lee Saliba would have regressed under Emery. It's a blessing in disguise. True, that is probably true, mate, to be fair. Pepe getting the Ozil treatment, even in DVS Dallas. Has your headache gone? This and that. 70. Yes, it has gone. My headache's gone. As soon as I'd eaten, it was all right. I think I was just a bit dehydrated. Why can't Ian Wright take Unai Emery to I'm a Celebrity? Yeah, there we go. Matthew Doyle, clearly a Spurs fan. Life after Wenger, not as rosy as you thought. Well, guess what, mate? He's gone, so I'm happy about that. So it ain't that bad, is it, mate? It could be worse, because I think you are a Tottenham fan. It could be worse. You could have you could have been embarrassed pretty much all season, and no matter how shit we are, you're still below us. Oh, and we beat your women's team today on your own turf. Unlucky. I see the goals as well. I don't know what your centre-back was doing. Passed it straight to our striker. Rounded the keeper and ping! 2-0, game over. Wenger out, says Charlie. Maddison is sick. He is sick. Vasak, I think that's your name, mate. Sorry if I got it wrong. Yeah, Maddison is sick. We should have signed him in the summer. Would you take Thiago Silva, says Skeleton Gamer? Very good defender, but nah. I think we need to go for younger, better, and there is better out there. Would you take Eriksen on a free? No. If you'd asked me that a year ago, I would have said all day long I'd take him. This season, nah. He's down tools. Not good enough. We'll never get Maddison now, says Johnson. Exactly, we probably won't. Imagine Emery becoming the women's manager. The women's would literally be destroyed, says Mr. Rees. Will we win the league in the next decade, says Michael. Do you know what, right? For the last 14, 15 years, I thought we could win a league title. Well, actually, I didn't. I didn't expect it to go this long, put it that way. If somebody said to me after that 2004 Invincible season, you'll not win a title for 15 years, I would have laughed at them. But here we are, 15th season later, and yeah, we're nowhere near a title. We're nowhere even near top 4. Do drive the likes up for me as well, by the way. 91 of you have liked. 531 people watching live. I'm going to carry on for about another 7-8 minutes or so. Maddison is going to come to Liverpool, says Liverpool never walk alone. I could see that. I could actually see that. Leicester get Champions League, they won't sell. That's true as well, Georgie, the Leicester fan. If you don't get Champions League, then I can see a few of them leaving. But if you do get it, they're staying, aren't they? Let's be real. Who would you take if we can't get Mourinho, says Henry Sheck. Evening to you. Simeone. They're the two. They're the two, man. They're the ones. For me, the best 4 managers in the world in no particular order. Pep, Klopp, Simeone, Jose Mourinho. One of them is available. Get it done. Why are we poncing around with Unai Emery when we could go and get an elite winner with an elite mentality that's won everything? Go and get him. Can we please sell Xhaka to Napoli, says Adam. Well, listen, check out my daily transfer update. I've already pre-recorded it. It's already scheduled in there for tomorrow morning. He might not be going to Napoli, but he might be going somewhere else. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That'll be dropping at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you haven't watched the video about Luis Enrique that I've done earlier, the live stream, fully go and check that out as well. Rabba, I owe you an apology. I've just seen you pop up. I missed your super chat on the last stream. Also, Paul Kungu, I missed your super chat. You put 2 in the last one. I checked back and I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ, didn't even see him. So listen, I do apologise because you don't have to pay to do that. You know what I'm saying? So some of us have waited 30 seasons, says the Liverpool fan, rather. Well, listen, you've not got a better chance than this season, mate. You're smashing it at the moment. It must be a joy to be a Liverpool fan right now. Lord Troldemort, Claude Tyre's next managerial appointment. Could you imagine them two as manager and assistant? That'd just be dramas, man. Jose discreetly likes the Arsenal job. Trust me, he would love nothing more than to get that job. And I'll tell you why. Because he'd love to be that guy that was hated by Arsenal fans, and probably still is by a large percentage of our fans. But he'd love to be that guy that wins us a title. Just to go, well, there you go. I told you. I told you. Yeah, I am the special one. Yeah, he'd love it. And he'd love the chance to put it over Chelsea and United as well. I'd take him, man. Seriously. He's a winner. And he's got that elite mentality that elevate us up the table. And people can say he destroys clubs. Yeah, cool. Pot him after 2 seasons, by which time your club's got that elite mentality. Then you've got 2 years to go and find the next manager. Loving the new logo and banner. Thank you, Emery, for your donation. Appreciate that. Big up Graham Conway Design as well. His Instagram link is in the description. He designed the logo and the banner for me. So go and show him some love on Instagram. Really nice guy. And if you want any work doing, just email him. He'll give you a price. And yeah, it's always good work from him as well. He's worked with some massive companies, huge, like global companies, to design stuff for them. So yeah, he's top of the field in graphic design and stuff like that. Klopp is available. Is he really? Would Klopp leave Liverpool? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. If you answer, I'll like the video, Lee. Who would you take at this moment in time? What manager? Jose. That's my choice. I've stuck my my hat into the ring. It's Jose. Why not get him? He's not got a job apart from a pundit on Sky, and he's a very good pundit, by the way. When he talks, everyone shuts up and listens to him in that studio, including Graham Souness, who I think's actually pretty decent as well. I know a lot of people don't rate Souness, but he was a proper hard nut footballer. He was an all right manager, but he's a sick pundit. Cheers from Chicago. The boy is effing magic. Thank you very much, my friend. I hope you're good. Sports Genius, thank you, mate. I'll have to come to Chicago one day as well. It's always somewhere where I've wanted to go that I've never been. We are honestly going to finish outside the top 6, says AO. Probably. Jose wins us the league at the Bridge or Old Trafford. Imagine. Thank you, Elliot. Appreciate that, mate. Could you imagine it? I remember when he was Inter Milan manager and they played Barcelona. My man was fully knee sliding across the pitch and running around, putting his finger up, getting in the goalkeeper's face. Yeah, it was absolute jokes. We need that elite mentality at this football club. Just an absolute wanker. That's what he is. He's a wanker. Yeah. And all the fuckery that guy does. Sorry, I probably shouldn't swear, right? But all the stuff that he does is to get under the skin of everybody else and build that siege mentality and build up that winning mentality that everyone's against us, but I believe in you. That's what we need. Yeah. Imagine going to Old Trafford, we get a draw to win the title, or we have to win to win the title. He'd love it. He'd be literally doing cartwheels around the stadium. It'd be sick. I'd love it. Any Swedes in the chat? Why are you on the pool, Denise? I get told I look Swedish the other day. Yeah, somebody said to me, "Oh, I didn't." One of my neighbours, she goes, "Oh, I didn't want to speak to you because I thought you were Swedish or Norwegian." I was like, "What, blonde hair, blue eyes?" Yeah. We love you, Lee. Thank you, Abamon. I hope you're good. Martin Keown as manager. No, but he would sort some of our Ponzi players out. That's for sure. Thoughts on Liverpool going unbeaten? Says Liverpool YNWA. I think they've got a good chance. I'm not even blagging. I actually genuinely think if you don't lose to Man City, then you'll go unbeaten, because that was the only team you lost to last season. So if you don't lose to them this season, I think the one thing I'll say is if Van Dijk gets injured, that could be a massive blow to you. But as Arsenal learned when we played the reserve team the other day, the way you press, the way you play, it doesn't change. Doesn't matter who's in the team. And yeah, I think you've got a great I think you've got a great chance. Graham's not in the description, says Emery. It must be the last video. I haven't put it on this one yet. I'll do it afterwards. So yeah, it's on the last video. So yeah, I do apologise about that. But yeah, go and follow him. Graham Conway Design on Insta. It'll be in the last video on this channel in the description. And when this is done, I'll put it in. Napoli in turmoil. The owner is sending the star players. Koulibaly is available for 69. Get him and Allen now. Then Zachariah, Partey, and Xhaka swap. Listen, that's very true. They are in turmoil right now. Listen, Lysander. And yeah, there could be a fire sale there. There could be. I'd take every player you just mentioned. Lee, go and watch Jose Mourinho tactical masterclass on the coach's voice. It's a very insightful video, says Arsenal fan. I will do that. As soon as I get off of here, I'll text Chig. And then, yeah, I'll do that. Has anyone told you that you're the GOAT? You just have. Thank you. I do like all the nice love tonight. It's all good. Mike Dean's saying he's a wanker. Bruv, you're not a wanker. You actually made me laugh. I like your comments, bruv. Big up Lee. Big up Flozanelli. Come on, bruv. Arsenal should sign Abba Zanelli. Is that your brother? Good, speedy, tricky winger. 24 years old, plays in Stade de Reims in France. Also, oh, it is your cousin. Jesus Christ. There we go. I was close, wasn't I? There you go. Right, your cousin's a pro footballer. That's mad. That's actually mad, bruv. Listen, I'll never forget meeting you, you know. You were sick, bruv. Yeah, proper nice, proper sick weekend that was, man. Real Mike Dean is definitely a wanker. Get Paolo Di Canio as manager. Bruv, he wouldn't have no chat. He'd start pushing refs over and everything. Lee, do you not think that you are judging Mourinho on the past way too much? Well, he won a trophy 2 seasons ago, and he's not worked for nearly a season. So he's the first Man United manager in their history to win a trophy in his first season. Think of the managers they've had. So, yeah, maybe the last 3 years. I don't know. Listen, I'll take him. He is the best CV, the best candidate, the biggest personality. He's got the biggest swagger. He's got everything that we require that we're lacking. He's got the arrogance, the determination, the work rate. He winds everybody up, which is hilarious. He fully triggers everyone. And yeah, all day long, he fits the bill. Get him. Because at the end of the day, why are we going to go for an Arteta? It's another, oh, it might happen, it might not. We could give it to Freddie. It might happen, it might not. Give it to someone who's proven they can do it everywhere they've been. Yeah. And if it don't work out, guess what? You gave it to the best candidate. Yeah. Then you can go, cool, it didn't work out. Now we'll try to go down the route of something new. But right now, with the squad that we've got, he could get a better tune out of him all day long. a.f.c. Charlie says 38 at the Women's North London Derby. Yeah, I see that. I watched it on AFTV's Instagram. I seen Robbie saying there was 38k there. It looked all right. And all the women came over and clapped at the end and all that, which is something a lot of our players in the men's team need to learn how to do. Lee, your legendary YouTuber, keep going. Thank you, Ilias. Seriously, what are you not taking today, man? You're all being kind to me. I've not had a single horrible comment yet. It's still early. Jose can get Ozil going again, I believe. Well, there you go. He actually did get a tune out of Ozil at Real Madrid. Now, do drive the likes up. 555 people watching. I'm going to do one more minute and then I'm going. But 7 o'clock tomorrow, daily transfer update is back again. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. Spoke about a couple of 2 or 3 players, actually. My country is Finland, just qualified for the Euros for the first time. I'm over the moon right now. For me, international breaks aren't boring. Big up, Pookie. Do you know what? That boy a score against Arsenal, I'm telling you now. And big up yourself, Arsenal 10234. Thank you very much for your generous donation, mate. And congratulations to your country as well. Yeah, fair play, man. Fair play. It's always nice to have different teams in there as well. So yeah, good luck to you, man. I hope you do all right when you get there. What if Jose wins us the double? If Jose wins us the double, Luffy, all these people that didn't want him will be knocking one out. So yeah, I'd take him now. Listen, what you got to lose? We've got a manager who ain't got a clue what day it is. We could give it to Freddie, who's never managed a team. We could give it to Arteta, who's never managed a team. We could give it to Allegri, who's only ever done it in a one-team league. We're not going to go and get Simeone. So he lives in London. He's managed in the Premier League. He's won in the Premier League. He'd love the job. Go and give it to him. Right, I'm going to wrap this up any second now. Arsenal women are better than the men's. Exactly. Ozil for player and coach until the end of the season. Joker. Pookie in for Pepe. Pepe to Norwich. Lee, you reckon Xhaka is scared of you? Xhaka don't even know who I am, mate. Because when I had the opportunity to meet him a couple of times, I declined and sat in the car. Yeah, don't want to meet him. Ozil has had the most prolific season under Mourinho. He was a machine. That's very true. He used to run his socks off back then. Rabba, thank you very much. Norway hasn't qualified since the Stone Age. Well, listen, my team, my country are not even all that either, mate. So I know we won 7-0, was it the other night? I didn't even know we were playing. I genuinely didn't have a clue we were playing because I ain't interested in it until it's a World Cup or a Euros. Then I will watch it. But when it comes to these qualifiers, it's dead. But you can't change your country, man. Lee, you convinced me about Jose, says Alex. Well, there you go. Jose is waiting for the Arsenal jobs his first face. Chris says it makes sense, but Jose won't happen. Exactly, and that's exactly why it won't happen, because it makes sense. And Arsenal never do anything that makes sense. Big up DJ Fury. Where's your comment gone? I've missed it. It's gone. It's flown up somewhere. Liverpool will get beaten 100%. Reece Nelson scored for the kids. Do you know what? I'm not sure Liverpool will get beaten, DJ. I'm not sure they will. But we will see. It's not easy to go unbeaten all season. The one thing I will say is if they do go unbeaten, we were always the first to do it. But yeah, Ozil, Jose and David Luiz in midfield. Too funny. What's your favourite country in Europe besides England and Spain? Spain is my favourite country. That's why I'm here. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. I hate England, man. I hate it. Everyone wants to kill each other, stab each other, fight each other. Nobody can handle a drink. They want to beat each other up when they go on a night out. Everyone's just angry all the time. It's dark, it's dank, it's like horrible. Everyone thinks they're a bad man or a bad girl. It's just pure attitude, man. It's way too busy. Yeah, the roads are too busy. The towns are too busy. And where I am right now, it's just complete opposite. It's chilled and nice and sunny every day. Although saying that, excuse me, it was really cloudy today and it's properly windy, like gale force winds right now. So I might not be here tomorrow. I might get blown away. I might have to sleep with some stones in my pockets or something. And hopefully I'll still be here. Kosovo is a nice story. Listen, I don't even know if Kosovo won, but I see a bullet header that they scored. A friend of mine's Albanian and I follow him on Insta. And yeah, he put up a video of the goal where the guy did a diving header. I don't know whether they won. I didn't check anything after that, but yeah, there we go. Listen, I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been waffling for 33 minutes. And the UK is expensive, says David Pitt. Exactly. Do you know what? Right, I kid you not. A packet of fags over here. I bought 200 fags, which is 10 packets of 20, obviously, €46. It's about £8.90 a packet back home. Yeah, and for 12 little tiny cans of beer, like Coca-Cola size cans that you get back home, €2.60 for 12. It's like £2. Like, yeah, I'm happy, man. I'm chilling. I'm just so chilled over here. It's cool. Bang on, Lee. England is like Arsenal. It's gone. I left 10 years ago. Big up yourself, Alfred. Listen, I'm going to get myself out of here. Chris says Valencia has the best paella with chicken. Mate, I love all paella. Fish paella, mixed paella, meat paella, paella, and estrella. Have a wonderful evening. Back at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It's already scheduled in there. Daily transfer update. Drive the likes up before you go. Wicked chat tonight. I really enjoyed this stream. So thank you to everyone in the chat room. Did your daughter move to Spain? No, she's at home. It's actually her birthday tomorrow, man. It's actually her birthday. She's going to be 10 tomorrow. So yeah, it's the first birthday I've not seen her on her birthday, which is kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. Listen, I'm gone. Laters, peeps.